It's quite spooky when you first come across the gear with the ROV. It's sitting there on the seabed, it's in effect still fishing. Ghost fishing.
A team of researchers from the Scottish Association for Marine Science in Oban have successfully trialled an innovative way of finding so-called ghost fishing gear in Scottish seas, as they attempt to reduce the risks of marine mammal entanglement, as well as other hazards posed by this previously unseen phenomenon. Ghost fishing refers to lost fishing gear like creels and ropes that can collect on the seabed and create potential hazards for marine life.
There's lots of reasons why fishermen can lose gear, including storm activity, including interactions with other fisheries or other vessels in the area. So often this is outside the control of the individual fishermen themselves. And losing gear can also impose a significant financial burden on fishermen. And some of the gear is eventually recovered, but we suspect that quite a lot of it ends up in the sea and is not able to be recovered by the fishermen. And for this project, we wanted to see whether we could actually locate some of that gear from a technical perspective.
Tests were originally carried out in Argyll on active creeling fleets and test creels to help researchers recognise the shape and size of the gear they would be looking for.
So first we went on a boat using the side-scan sonar system called Towfish. So it's stowed behind the boat above the seabed and uses the high-frequency sound waves and records the echoes to locate the objects on the seabed. Then we bring it here to data processing lab and we analyze the side-scan sonar data, and we quite quickly go better at recognizing objects that might be a lost creel.
The next stage was to deploy a remotely operated vehicle, or ROV, with a live camera feed to observe the objects in detail and record footage of what they found.
Using the data provided by the side-scan sonar, we went down with the ROV to confirm that the targets were indeed creels or just rope. And it was quite a moment when we found the creels on the seabed for the first time. While the study has shown an effective way of locating ghost fishing gear, there is still more work to be done to establish the extent of the problem.
As well as posing an entanglement hazard, these gears will continue to fish if not recovered, and in so doing they'll be capturing prawns and other marine life for potentially a considerable time. They can also pose a hazard to other fisheries that are ongoing in the area, or a navigational hazard. And finally, over time, the gear will start to degrade and release microscopic plastic particles into the marine environment, some of which will end up in our seafood and therefore in the human food chain. So there are numerous good reasons why we would want to reduce the amount of fishing gear that becomes lost in our marine environment.
The team at SAMS hopes the success of the trial will open the door for further research, and a future scenario where ROVs could be used to survey known ghost fishing hotspots in order to reunite fishermen with their lost gear.